Hello, and welcome to a secondhand unboxing, courtesy of Dark Star Books. There's supposed to be two books in here, and it feels like a very slim package. Not that it doesn't mean there aren't two books in here, but it's going to be tight if they are. I just butchered the unboxing here. So this is going to be two titles from Cherryh. Oh no, there's two! We got two. And we do have some bubble wrap as well. I was more nervous that if there were two, they were just going to be kind of thrown in there, no bubble wrap at all willy-nilly. It's gonna be like a dinged book nightmare, and then I'd feel really bad having shown you this nightmare. But anyways, here are two Cherryh titles as published by Phantasia Press. If you're not familiar with Phantasia Press, it was Alex Berman's small press that ran from the very tail end of the 70s to the tail end of the 80s. And in that time, they published 49 books. And he kind of retired for 30 years. But thanks to social media, he has come back into the picture. And he's working on Title 50 and beyond. He's also a big part of social media. You can find him in various small press groups, including fans of Phantasia Press over on Facebook, where he spins many a tale about his workings in Phantasia Press. He also found boxes of brand new books in his garage or in his storage unit, wherever it was. He found boxes of brand new books, and he was selling them, mostly for pretty cheap. Like the trade editions, he had a sale going on where you could buy it for the original sale price of like $12, which was crazy. I think he's mostly sold out of those. So now you got to go to the secondary market like I do, but he does still have some books available. Anyways, these are not directly from him. I mean, I guess indirectly from him. This is Visible Light and Cuckoo's Egg by Cherryh. One published in the early to mid 80s, Cuckoo's Egg, and Visible Light, which I believe is from the late 80s. So, like many of the Phantasia titles, you're going to have beautiful, beautiful cover painting by this one's Randy Asplund. There we go. Cuckoo's Egg is 85, the painting is from. If you're not familiar with the story of the cuckoo is a bird that puts its eggs into the nests of other birds and lets them raise the child. Because why do all that hard work yourself? And it tells the story of an alien race who raises a human child. But one of the interesting things is that the entire novel is from the perspective of this alien race. So it's really like the human is the alien, which just sounds pretty interesting. Like many of the Phantasia titles, the cloth of the book matches the cloth of the slipcase, and it'll feature the initials, CJC in this case, for Cherryh. A lot of them have nice little marbled end papers, including this one. Wow, look how far that one opens. This one's seen some wear. It doesn't look too bad, but man, that opened with ease. Nice marbled end papers. There are not any interior illustrations, but I'm fine with that. There we go. This is a first edition. Very nice. So, Cuckoo's Egg, it's got, the regular typing and spacing there. No interior illustrations, nothing too fancy there. But at the end of the book is where you'll get the signature page. So this is signed by Cherryh. It almost looks like Cherryh Jr., but it's not Cherryh Jr. Number 222 out of 350 numbered copies. Very nice. And then finally, the second title. Oh, and here's what I was talking about. So the special edition cost $40 back in the day. Trade edition was $17 back in the day. So he was selling his copies for $17, which is for a cloth-bound book. That is cheap. Anyways, the second title is Visible Light. It is a short story collection from Cherryh. If the fact that I said I was unboxing two books by Cherryh didn't give it away. This one has a cover painting by David A. Cherryh. No relation, because different spelling. There we go. Very nice. I know one of the paperbacks had a Michael Whalen cover. Not this one, but the paperback version did. Visible Light is a collection of short stories and a novella, I believe. Cassandra, which is one of her first stories. The Brothers, which is a novella that won an award, I believe. Once again, cloth of the book matches cloth of the slipcase, CJC on it there. Very nice, very beautiful book. Kind of dark marbled end papers there. This one has a frontispiece. Look at that. Look at that frontispiece. Her jumping Seabiscuit over the wall. Beautiful. Now, there are several collections by C.J. Cherryh that feature her short fiction, and they were all compiled into the much larger, I believe it's just called The Short Fiction of C.J. Cherryh in the early 2000s. So, while Visible Light here can be found on the secondary market, if you are looking for her short story collections, you should probably just get the collection that compiles everything. This is number 273, signed by C.J. Cherryh. Very thick stock for that signature page. I don't know if Alex has either of these titles left. I'll have to check on his site. I should have checked beforehand. But he might even have copies that are brand new. And we're talking brand new despite being almost 40 years old, or 35 years old in the case of Visible Light. And you can, might be sealed in shrink wrap, and you can open it up and sniff or huff that sweet 1980s air, which, probably not recommended, but you do you. Anyways, check out Phantasia Press. I'll link in the description below to the website as well as Alex's email address, and you can see if you could buy either of these titles or other Phantasia titles direct from him. I'm very excited to see where he goes with Title 50 and beyond. A lot of people in the small press community on the edge of their seats, I am sure, including some people in the small press communities that are working with Alex. Shout out to Diana. She works with Alex, and it's fantastic. He also has signed copies of, I say signed, they're signed by Michael Whalen, copies of the Firestarter dust jacket. So I mentioned this in every single Phantasia unboxing that I've done. They did a limited edition of Firestarter by Stephen King, which was the very first signed limited edition of Stephen King. Very famous cover art by Michael Whalen. He has unused dust jackets, like full spread dust jackets, that he got Michael Whalen to remark and sign. They are beautiful. I unboxed one on my channel, or unposter tubed one on my channel if you wanted to check it out. I believe he still has copies of those available. A little bit pricier than the books themselves, not as pricey as Firestarter is, but beautiful works of art nonetheless. Anyways, thank you very much to, oh my God, what was the name of the seller? Dark Star Books. I should have remembered that, because, if you're a Grateful Dead fan, you're going to know Dark Star. If you're a John Carpenter fan, you'll know Dark Star. If you're an Alan Dean Foster fan, you'll know Dark Star, even though this last two are connected, but, gotta love Dark Star. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing, and we will see you around next time.